Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What up, though? It is Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B and BA, the dope producer. And no, I don't mean he produces dope. So let's say it is the bye week, and this is where we said we might make a move if we make a move. But we just saw a video of Ahmad Hassanin working out that was taken at the facility this week. All the guys that are injured that are going to be coming back within the next 3 to 4 weeks were there working out as well. Do you really expect us to make a move at all?
If they make a move, I would consider them making a move if they make a move. I'm not so sure they're going to even do that. But if they were to make a move, I'd probably be more like at the defensive end or the offensive, any offensive line spot, just to shore up that offensive line. Because right now, I believe the Lions are one of the best teams in the league as far as just overall. And Super Bowl doesn't seem to be out of reach for them this year. Yeah. The Raiders.
Hell
no.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Fred, you know where I'd rather put that $10 in the gas tank? It'd go further.
Right. Come on, Fred. You're just
that
taking,
was funny.
I mean, I guess it is only $10. I mean, what do you got to lose, right? But $10.
Right. No, but I would rather do like I tried to do last year on that first London game with the Jags when they were facing off against the Bears.
What up,
and
Steve?
you just I randomly took, because that was the last week before the bye week, if I remember right. That was week 4. And I randomly took one touchdown scorer from every game. Remember this, VA? Because I was in the chat bitching because it ended in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
But all 15 of my other touchdown scorers scored that day. And all because Trevor Lawrence got stupid and threw into triple coverage.
Yeah.
I didn't win $30,000 that morning on a dollar bet. On a dollar bet. And I was bitching.
Yeah.
But that's why Trevor Lawrence is a bum.
Pretty much. The Rams showed him up, that's for sure. Stafford said,
didn't they find
he said, Trevor Lawrence, hold my beer.
Yeah. I mean, that whole defense basically brutalized him. He probably felt more beat up than a pedophile in a prison before they kill him.
Right.
Oh.
So what did you think about that game last night?
It went exactly like I thought it would. Khalil Mack has a timeshare, and it's called the Backfield. Yes, Ken the Bear fan, thanks for joining. We must be live because you went
talking off the Rumble. Look at there.
Yeah, he got his Rumble
right,
channel
Ken,
working. I'm going live into Rumble, so now we're in Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, and the Huddle Sports app.
Actually, shit, I can do that too. Where's my? I can do Rumble right now.
Oh, yeah, but you'd have to set it up on your show.
Yeah, I set it up. Yeah, you got to do that every time. That's the only thing about Rumble.
Yep, and if you're already live, sometimes it won't let you go in.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even give me the option to put my.
Like I said, I saw this in the Vikings chat that I'm a part of, and yeah, I'm in a few of them out of the Huddle Sports Network. Why? Because it's good to get back and forth and little banter on the war week between the different fan bases. And they were sitting there, and our buddy Greg Rice says, man, Khalil Mack has just built a house back there on top of Wentz. He goes, no, it's a timeshare. It's rented weekly. Watch next week.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just. If I was Minnesota, I'm gonna tell you what I would do. I would probably not even start either quarterback, JJ or if I'm trying to be strategic about the whole thing. I wouldn't start either one of those quarterbacks. I put that other rookie in there because really they got no offensive line anyway. I mean, I know one might come back, next Monday or Sunday, but in saying that, I mean, they're really not. They're just wasting JJ's talent here, as I feel. But it is. It should have signed Sam Darnold. That wasn't a. I don't think that was a coach decision. I think that was a franchise. Yeah,
that was Fuzzy. The guy I think they should have re-signed is playing in Indianapolis.
Yeah, that guy too. They should have signed either one of them. They get
but the difference is Indianapolis has an O-line that's healthy. Minnesota does not. Minnesota's O-line is looking worse than the Chicago Bears and Houston Texans O-line combined last year right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're letting that front line get through. They're not even getting hit with linebackers. We're talking defensive ends, defensive tackles, and everything else is getting through there. They had 18 yards rushing last night.
Mm-hmm. And that's with Aaron Jones coming back.
Right. Oh, here he is, the one, the only. Smoking dog. Yeah. They need O-line. And the team that I think is going to be most active in that search of free agents and possible trade partners is Minnesota. They do have 10 or 11 picks next year. They have the capital to move, to still have a 7-pick draft and have rebuild the team. But I think they need to get somebody in there that's better than Swiss cheese.
Yeah, what's killing them right now is their center is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
O'Neal's got to be in there. I mean, you could tell a whole difference in O'Neal not being in there compared to being in there, and he's like the cog that solidifies that offensive line, and it showed last night. He was out of there. They were just destroying that line.
Oh yeah, and Aaron Jones is a good running back, but if you don't have a hole, we saw that when Green Bay Packers had problems with their O-line that year with injuries. Aaron Jones struggled in that year.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season against those said Packers, the Lions had problems running the ball. When you have problems running the ball, man, you can't get to your play action. You can't get to any really passing because they're expecting it. They have to shut down that run. They shut down the pass, and that's exactly what they did. So it wasn't a good day for Minnesota yesterday. Max Brosmer is the quarterback. I said they should put in there. Just put him in there, see what he can do. I don't know. It'll surprise the Lions. The Lions got no tape on him, really. Trying to win a game. Wentz is he's through. He's going to be a career backup for the rest of his life if he lasts that long. And JJ's just got to get reps under his belt. Yes, smoking but dad. Yeah, I feel sorry for Wentz too.
I don't feel sorry for Wentz. He's been trash since that year that he almost took him to the Super Bowl for Philly. He's been trash ever since. The guy is way too inconsistent. That injury rattled him, and then watching his backup win the Super Bowl, Big Dick Nick, as everybody called him, he lost his mojo. He has no confidence.
Yeah. He's one of those quarterbacks that's a meh quarterback. Hey, what's up, Matt Henry?
He might give you one good game here, but he's going to give you 3 bad ones in a row. That's what I know about Carson Wentz.
Right.
And that's been ever since he got hurt during his only great season.
And you Minnesota fans got to stop talking about, and fans in general got to stop talking about trading JJ and getting out of that. He's only played 2 games. Okay, yeah, he had an injury. You got to give the dude a chance. You got to give him a chance. You can't just sit there and spend a first round pick on a guy and don't give him a chance. I mean, that's not his fault. He got chose in the first round, but at the same time, give him a chance.
Wait, it only took him what, 8 years to get over getting rid of Josh Rosen in Arizona? Let's go that route.
I mean, give him 3 years. He doesn't do anything in 3 years. Then you can get rid of him. I said it to all players like that. You can see if they're improving year to year, that's a different story. But if they're not being consistent each of those years, they got to go. So
right,
that's what rookie contracts are for.
And first round picks.
Pay those guys.
Extra, if you like them after year 3, guess what? You pick up the 5th-year option before year 4
There you
starts.
go. Yeah,
And that gives you another year to evaluate before you got to give him any real money.
Yeah, if he's like teeter on that balance, then you give him that extra year to work it out. And if he can't work it out, get the fuck out. Just like it's with any player. I don't understand why these teams want to sit here. Well, I don't see why these teams want to draft a player at that high and then say, I'm going to give up on him in the first year. That's the problem with the NFL these days. They're too worried about it. Every team can't win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. There's only 2 teams that make it at the end of the year. I mean, you like to, but in reality, you're not going to be one of those teams all the time. So, work what you got. Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if I would bring JJ back next week the way we're creating pressure. We're getting sacked from people not named Hutchinson now.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Put in that other rookie in there, Sam. What the hell is his name? Brosman. Max Brosmer. Yeah. In fact, I think he was a pretty good quarterback in Minnesota too. But like I said, put him in there. Hell, I mean, nobody has tape on him. No professional football tape. And he could be the surprise. I mean, he could probably keep the Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota's defense is another thing that's been breaking down too. People's talking about the offense, but the defense is brutal too.
Yeah, especially on the back end. The front end's not as bad as everybody thinks, but they're allowing big runs now because Blake Cashman just played his first game of the season last night. Alex Van Ginkel was still out. Ivan Pace went out in that game. So and Ivan Pace is their leading tackler. He may have the most missed tackles, but if you're taking the most attempts, you should have the most missed tackles. But better to look at his missed tackle rate, and his rate is lower than Jonathan Grenard, who leads the team. So that's somebody I'd be more concerned about. If you're hovering around 20%, which is about the average in the league, Grenard's at 26%, and he may have went up to 30 last night. That's concerning to me. And nobody's talking about Grenard. They're talking about, well, he has more missed tackles.
Well, Grenard was making plays last night. I mean, he was like one of the few Vikings that were making plays. What did you think about that interception? Do you think that he didn't catch the ball?
I think he didn't catch the ball.
I didn't think he caught it either. It was moving around. He got it at first, and then it was moving around once he tried to gather it in, and it was moving around, and it hit the ground. From that one angle, you could see it actually hitting the ground. So I would call it not a catch either.
It was less obvious than the one that was called a catch by Kelsey. But, yeah. I'm sorry. If you use the point of the ball on the ground, that's using the ground to catch a ball. That's trapping. It's not supposed to count.
Yeah, that was more obvious than the one that the game against Philadelphia where Hawkinson had caught it in the end zone. I thought that was a catch because the ball didn't move, but it was almost the same catch that the same catch that Kelsey had basically in the end zone that they called a catch. But at least Hawkinson kind of most secured it in the end zone through the process. I didn't see Kelsey, but nobody challenged it because they went up to the line real quick, and that was just a whole bunch of bad misfit plays in those last 2 plays for the Lions for Kansas City because they hurried up to the line. The Lions had 12 guys on the field, so they got called for that because they said hike, and that was just a whole bad series for the Lions. But whatever. That was a long time ago. So I'm looking forward to the next game. Minnesota, they should beat Minnesota, especially at home. Minnesota's just not playing good football. I still have to worry about Addison and JJ, but I'm just not as worried about it as I would have been, maybe say at the start of the season.
Matt Henry, it's good to see you here.
Yep.
The Bears are starting to show signs of improvement and looking better each week. The 2 weeks prior to that, them winning by the same exact point totals. Oh, what are we going to do at the trade deadline? I think very little. I think it'll be a mid-tier move at best, like we did with Zadarius Smith last year. I really do. But remember, we don't have third-round picks this year like we had last year. We don't have one for this year, and we don't have one for next year. And those are the only tradable commodities. You can't go 3 years out.
I think another thing, too, is people got to understand we're a team that next man up is just our motto and our mantra. So it doesn't make a difference. I mean, people, we should get this cornerback or we should get this guy. No. You're thinking in fan terms. Stop that. You're not thinking in what Detroit Lions are thinking. If they got – I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going after a cornerback. After what you saw against Tampa Bay, definitely ain't going after a cornerback because they got too many out there. All those guys played outstanding, and there's no way they're going to be out there trying to search for a corner right now. Wow. Matt, you think that they're going to lose if Lamar plays? I mean, I'm kind of with you on that, but
I think they're
from a Bear fan – they wouldn't lose. Cooper Rush is not going to be the answer.
I'm saying I think the Ravens are losing either way.
Oh, you think the Ravens are going to lose? I don't think they're going to lose.
That defense is so
awful. A whole
awful.
bunch of play. Well, no, there's players coming back. Robert Smith is coming back. They got a couple corners coming back. Ozume is coming back. They should be fine. They're going to get it together. Didn't they just come off a bye? Are they just coming off a bye as well? They should be fine. First of all, if Lamar's on there, you got to contend with that offense. You got Lamar and Henry on there right now. The offense, that's one thing the Lions had problems with. Even though we did get Lamar 7 times, they still scored 30 points. Think about that. So the offense, they did have a high-powered offense. It's just their defense wasn't helping them out. So maybe if their defense helps them out, I don't see Chicago getting 7 sacks on Lamar.
Okay, so here's some offensive. This can't be a current list. This has to be from
Thank you, Trace.
There, I'll go to spot track.
Thank you, Matt. I figured they did, but yeah, Steve, you're right. Plus, we got Reed and Arnold coming back. They're good at corner.
Brandon Sharif and Shaq Mason both are retired, correct?
Yeah. Well, okay. I think is Shaq Mason still?
As a guard, he's still out there, but his average per year is $12 million. That isn't a move we'd make. Here's one we might. Here's a guy that struggled with on a bad team that we could get with. Jedrick Willis. He's a free agent right now. Jedrick Willis.
Cedric. Oh.
Jedrick. J.
Yeah, Cedric. Jedrick. Oh, Jedrick. Okay. I got you.
Isaiah Wynn. And then the other one is LaRaven Clark, but he's a right tackle. I like the ones that say tackle when they weren't a starter because that means they played both sides whenever somebody was out. They have experience at both sides. And then as you go further down, it's a whole bunch of people that you don't want. But I think that would be the two best ones, Isaiah Wynn or Jedrick Willis.
So it looks like, everybody should be coming back for Baltimore. So Owuze had full practice yesterday. Zay had full. Kyle Hamilton had full practice. DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, he had DNP Thursday and he didn't practice Wednesday. That's not good. I guess. Marlon Humphrey had full practice. Lamar Jackson had limited practice, of course, because they're trying to ease him off. They still don't know what his status is, but I'm sure he's playing. Patrick Ricard's got full practice. Woquan Smith, full practice. Ronnie Stanley, definitely need him back in the game. He had full practice. And Devontae Walker, who's like their fifth receiver on their team.
Right, because Brandon Graham retired while still under contract. So if he returned, he can return to Philly with no penalty. So that's exactly what he did, and he's playing this week. He was a full participant.
Hey, Yoli.
But Yoli, this is for you. Good to see you. I'm doing great. It's Friday, my day off, chilling like a villain, hanging out with my buddy B.A., just talking football. In the edge room, DeMarcus Walker, retired. John Comiskey, retired. Jerry Hughes, retired. And I think Gruger Hill retired of the Vikings as well, right? Kamu Gruger Hill, wasn't he an injury retirement?
Yeah, I think
Shaquille Barrett, retired. The first one that's not retired here, and I think he considered turning it in, is O'Shane Zimines, defensive end out of New England. Carl Lawson, I think, even retired, didn't he? You're not hearing very many young guys. Alex Barrett retired.
Was that all in free agency?
This is what's in free agency right now. So those ones, you literally have to give up compensation because if they had a contract left with the previous team, you have to give them draft compensation. Comiskey did retire, but I think it was more because nobody picked him up in the free agency period, and he just decided to retire. And he wasn't under contract. So that means there's no penalty. Broski. Apparently, the entire O-line retired for the Vikings. Yeah, on the field. On the field, they did.
Yeah.
So there's only two that I think are even able to be picked up out of this. O'Shane Zimines, like I said, the age, and that's with an X for the last name. He's 28. And Joshua, God, these Samoan names are killing me. Onu Giogo of Seattle, who is almost 28. Those are the only two. The one is 28. The other one is almost 29. The other one is 28. The rest of these guys, I know I've seen them retire. Oh, and Janarius Robinson, whoever he is.
They really got to update Spot Track. Yeah. I'm looking at the free agents on here. Christian Wilkins is still out there. Brandon Sharif is still out there. Tyler Lockett just came up, which is funny. You could put Tyler Lockett on there, but you can't take off Zadarius Smith because he just retired. I guess he was retired. Shaq Mason, James Bradbury, Gabriel Davis is still out there. Marcus Williams is still out there. Free safety. I mean, there's really nothing here that I would.
We had Evan Brown. I don't want him back. Evan Brown was the guy that took over that year before we had Glasgow. Played 6 games.
Oh, yeah. He plays in Seattle, doesn't he?
Yeah, he went to Cardinals.
Oh, he went to Cardinals. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good. He was like he was like a skipper, but not as good as skipper. I'll put it that way.
Right. We are better off keeping Mahogany and all those guys and waiting for Frazier to come back. Frazier's working out.
Yeah, Frazier's another guy we're working. Yeah. Hopefully he'll be back, be able to play.
And everybody has to remember there are only 2 season-long injury designations for each team. And normally, if they do them right away, they can't do another one in season. And we already have 2. Ennis Rakestraw and Dan Jackson, the safety out of Georgia.
I wonder what Manly Mosley is doing right now because he's a free agent. He certainly ain't playing with no team.
He's retiring. Or at least he should be.
I would retire too because I got all that damn money from us. Well, I mean,
from both of us.
1-year contracts. Yeah, I mean,
remember he was still being paid void years while getting paid by us from San Francisco.
Yeah. I guess I would be chilling too, huh?
I'd be chilling like a villain right there in Bermuda watching
Mhm.
football going, God, I remember that hurting.
Right.
And then stub my
No,
toe
that's
and be
cool.
out for the season for retirement too.
Right, yeah. Or just look the wrong way, get a crick in your neck, and it's over.
Oh, no, that's us. That's our age.
Well, no, apparently it is for Emmanuel too. So anything he does is an injury.
Now I'm going to look at cornerback because I'm doing it by position to get a little better of a view. Yeah, they still
Yeah,
have
I
Kendall
got you.
Fuller as a free agent. He's on our team. But there's
Yeah,
the
Spot
best
Track has
ones.
got to get their stuff together.
The best ones up there are Stephon Gilmore. Didn't Jordan Poyer just sign somewhere?
Cornerback here. Shardarius Ward is hurt. Carlton Davis. What the hell?
Yeah, he's a Bills safety now.
No, Carlton Davis is actually a Patriot safety, but
No,
he sucks
I
dick.
wasn't talking about him.
You're talking about who?
I was talking about they had Jordan Poyer listed. He's on the Bills. He's on the Bills.
Yeah. Nate Hobbs is on the Green Bay. I bet you they switch one bad corner for another bad corner. That's just ridiculous.
But there is a name out there that we could bring in, even though he doesn't stay healthy. It's something that Brad Holmes has done lots of times.
Who's that?
Dante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, I just don't have any belief in them getting any more corners. I think they feel that they have the corners that they need. Whiteside is playing above his pay grade. So, I mean, as long as you got players that are playing in there like that.
So was Arthur Mallett. Both of those got signed to the active squad from the practice squad. That was a huge sign. As soon as I saw Whiteside wasn't a call up and he was signed, I was like, oh, shit. Because remember, I didn't want him let go in the preseason. Especially
What's that, Whiteside?
Yeah, especially
Whiteside
after he got that interception off of Mahomes on a perfectly placed pass. He just jumped the route. Oh, damn near got a pick six out of it, if I remember right.
I said if they get rid of Whiteside, man, they're going to make a bad decision on that one because I think he's a very good corner. You can see sometimes you just see their athleticism and see their awareness. And when you see a cornerback's awareness is always important. Doesn't make a difference if their skill or agility. If they have that awareness, they're going to be a good corner in the NFL. What's up, Robbie?
He spent 2 years. I think Kennelly's still out there. I don't think he ended up anywhere. Let me look.
I thought he was still on it. Is he still on our team? Is he in the practice squad still?
No, we cut him. He was one of the ones I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, we got a lot of safety position at the time.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent out there from the Grand Valley State Lakers. We kept the SVSU guy, Eric Hallett. Chilling, still hungover. Oh, you must have watched the Chargers brutalize the Vikings last night. I'm sorry. What is it?
He don't like Minnesota.
37 to 10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny to watch. I'm sorry. The fourth quarter. Yep, he's still a free agent. So that's somebody we could bring back, technically. If we ended up needing the help, let's say it's something serious with Joseph. That's somebody we could bring onto the practice squad.
That would definitely be more lion-like. No, they always say ain't never drinking again. Whatever, man.
I always say that, but under my breath, when I make that prayer to heal my hangover, under my breath,
porcelain prayer.
Until next time.
Yeah, the porcelain prayer. That's what I call it.
The Technicolor yawn, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Technicolor yawn. I love that one.
Hey, because it depends on what you drink. Sometimes it's multiple colors.
Right. Eat two, whatever.
You know what I found never failed me after drinking all night? Sausage, gravy, and biscuits. He
Oh
goes,
yeah.
oh no, I'm really done.
Yeah. I've said that so many times.
I found that out when I was living in Tennessee because I became a third shift Waffle House person. And that wasn't because I was working there right away either. It was because you get out of the bar at 3 a.m., you go to Waffle House, you sit there till 7 a.m., then you go to work at 9.
Yeah.
We
God,
call it the solid
cream.
cream. I love it. This is what happened when Minnesota's offense took the field last night.
Yeah. I like favorite that I like biscuits and gravy too. It's got to be good biscuits and gravy though.
It was quite a schedule, but I was at, in my 20s. I could afford to be that stupid. Yeah, unfortunately, he will still have to honor his contract with the Eagles, even if he comes out next year.
I thought they were done anyway.
No,
Yeah,
they got back. They got back together.
Broski, that's what I'm saying, man. Put in Max Brosmer.
He definitely looks better than the, he definitely
Can't look
looked better.
worse.
He definitely looked better than the statue that is known as Carson Wentz.
Right. And the limp bobblehead named J.J. McCarthy. So.
Oh.
Well,
no, that's a little different. Yeah. You need to quit. You know, the occasional, yeah, this is what you need to do because this is what my buddy did. He would pour the live half of a can of beer into an 8-ounce glass and dump the rest out. And that's all he had was one glass of beer a day. Because believe it or not, the alcohol from a glass of beer or a glass of wine a day is actually good for your heart.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that sounds so good right now. It's delicate. Yeah. Fragile. Isn't that what that, isn't that what they said about the Italian race car in Cars 2 that time when they were getting ready when he was getting ready to race the F1 guy? You're fragile. Yes, my kids were that young. I watched all the Cars movies.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had 2 girls, so I had to watch a lot of that Powerpuff shit and girls cartoons are a lot to take in. Let me tell you. Bubblegum and Sunshine. That's what girls cartoons are basically. I don't like the Vikings or the stupid Bolts. I know, brother. Italian, yes.
Yes, I said Italian.
Italian. What do you think about the Jets? What do you think they should trade for a quarterback? They should get a quarterback. What should they do? Because as much as I was beating the drum for Justin Fields, man, he's not the answer. He's just not.
99 net yards over 2 weeks when one of those weeks was -10.
That's bad.
Oh no, I didn't miss that. I haven't brought it up yet, but that's a great question. So which is harder, getting a franchise quarterback or a franchise-changing head coach? I'm saying the latter. How long did we wait for a good coach here in Detroit to change the franchise?
60-something years.
Fungal. Close to 70 technically, because the last time we won a championship was 57. It's 2025, right. And we haven't won one yet, but the culture has changed.
Yeah.
I agree, Steve. Start that third stringer, make Justin Fields ride the pine. Tyrod Taylor isn't it. If he was it, he'd have been a starter somewhere since he healed.
Did the Jets let go of Adrian Martinez?
Adrian
I thought they
Martinez
did.
is with the 40 Winers now.
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's who was going to start it. The Mac and Cheese show couldn't go last week.
Wow. I like Adrian Martinez too. He's a pretty good backup quarterback. I don't think he's going to start nowhere, but he's a pretty good backup.
Yeah, he did really good in the UFL last spring.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brought
Didn't he win the
back.
MVP? Didn't he win the MVP that year?
When 2 years ago, when he first got released by the Lions 2 seasons ago, yes, he won it that year, and then last year, I believe it went to our guy here.
Yeah, it went to he was playing for the Carolina Panthers, and they let
Bryce
him go.
Perkins, right?
Bryce Perkins. Yeah. He was trying out for the Carolina Panthers, and they let him go.
What's crazy is that guy came back from a broken neck his rookie season.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody forgets that. Bryce Perkins was out there and got lambasted. Exactly, because Stafford was a franchise QB for here. I've never deterred away from that, but the play calling turned him into this captain comeback guy.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's been with the Rams, he's not been as affected at those captain comebacks as he was in Detroit, because the teams are built different. That team is built to play with the lead, not come from behind.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have that.
You got to remember too. I mean, when they won their Super Bowl, McVay allowed Stafford to be Stafford in that season. That dude had 17 interceptions, and I think 6 of them were returned for pick sixes. He was just throwing shit everywhere. He didn't give a damn. Here, you get a pick. You get a pick.
I mean, what was it in that last 3 weeks before the trade deadline? Didn't they say he had 6 pick sixes and 2 of them cost games? 2 of them cost games, if I remember right.
What was funny, because he did it against Baltimore. They went to Baltimore and played. He threw 2 pick sixes in that game, but he won the game because he was the one that led the game-winning field goal that won the game. So, if you're a good quarterback, if you can get yourself out of the mess that you created, and that was what Stafford was. He's a great quarterback for that. He makes mistakes, but then he can get himself out of them. Not all the time.
But the next 2 games, his next 2 pick sixes, they cost them games because they were late in games and they had a lead, and for some reason they were throwing the damn ball. And so they made trades at the trade deadline and made a signing. They got Leonard Floyd, they got Von Miller, they got OBJ. Everybody forgets that they did that at the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when the defense went legendary that year. Because it wasn't just Aaron Donald and the defensive tackle that was next to him that you had to worry about.
Jalen Ramsey, just not Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Darnold. That was the only 2 people on that team that really were holding down the defense at the time. And they got Floyd, and then they got OBJ was real detrimental for Stafford, because he needed the receivers that he had, and most of the time he was throwing pick sixes because the receivers were not running the right routes, and he would just be like, well, you're supposed to be here. That's where I'm throwing to that point. And if you're not there, then somebody else is.
Well, and let's not forget, a week after they got OBJ, Robert Woods blew out his knee. Was out for the season.
That too. Yeah.
So that's because he was slated to be a 2 or a slot, depending on where they lined Cooper Kupp up. Because Cooper Kupp was the man that year. We all knew that. We saw it every game. That was he was Calvin Johnson to Stafford that year.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, a wide receiver. Why not just pick up Tyler Lockett? He's a free agent.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett would be good. I think he's a viable receiver for them.
I think Tyler Lockett would be a fit there, a fit in New England, and then there was one other team. Oh, because they're struggling right now. The Colts, they could use him. If you think about it, you put him with Josh Downs and Pittman, because Alex Pierce has not been that guy.
With Indianapolis, you got to remember they still have Ty Warren, which they consider a receiver as well. You might just put him as a receiver. So they got 3 viable options they can. And then Jonathan Taylor is just being the MVP. I think he's the MVP right now. That dude has been putting up some yardage. He's been putting up some runs. That dude is, and he's very nobody's really talking about him like that.
It's the
which
same
is
thing that happens every year because normally he's on a dog shit team. Nobody's used to him being on a good team.
yeah. The Raiders should pick him up too.
Well, the first they need a quarterback.
Right.
I'm sorry, AOC and Geno Smith
Yeah,
not exude confidence.
Geno's not it. No, well, they got Pickett. They got Kenny Small Hands Pickett. Hey, like I said, they can't do any worse.
Hey, you know what? And I will say, Goff's wife looks a lot better than Kelly too.
Yeah, no, Steve, you're right though. I love Stafford. Stafford was my guy. He still is my guy. I still, try to follow him as much as possible, but I don't like his wife. His wife opens her mouth too damn much. She just shut the hell up.
Just like after they won the Super Bowl when she talked about cheating on Stafford to trick him into going out with her.
That would be grounds for divorce right there. I'm sorry.
That happened in college before they ever got married.
I've been like, dude, she
literally slept with Joe, whatever his last name is, the night before and came out to her car, and Matt Stafford, he's not a good guy. You need to go out with me.
Obviously, he's not a good guy. If he knew about you and her, and he still slept with her. But whatever.
It's the Raiders bye week. Gino will still throw at least 4 ends. That's per day in practice. That's per day in practice. Right. That's the other thing. Malik Willis showed that with a good O-line, he's decent.
He could be a starting quarterback. Well, yeah, that's the problem too, because Raiders really don't have a good O-line.
Neither team has a good O-line. Yeah. If he was going to a team that had a good O-line and a shit quarterback, but guess what? All the good O-lines have good quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it, because Cam Ward, that O-line is not playing bad, and he's not playing awful. He's got awful everything around him right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cam Ward's showing signs that he's going to be a pretty good quarterback in this league, but the problem is that offensive line, the defense, everything's just not working for him. And he's got players quitting on him too. Lockett's one of them. So
Justin Fields can run too. He does it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not even going to blame fifth or sixth best I can do for Willis. Yeah, a 5th or 6th rounder. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's totally the opposite of the 2 quarterbacks you have on your roster right now. Will Howard is just being put into his 21-day activation window. So see what you got in Will Howard that you drafted before you ever think about getting another backup, because
I don't think he's talking about for. I think he was talking about for the Pittsburgh in general. He just said that a 5th or a 6th is what I would give for Willis if it was in a position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's happy with the quarterbacks that they got there right now. I mean, let's face it, Aaron Rodgers, as old as and weird he is, he might be really. He's doing a pretty good job.
He is talking about for the Steelers. Willie might be the truth.
Well, I don't know if he's talking about for the Steelers. Are you talking about for the Steelers, Yinzer? Because I think you're talking about, just in general. You think he'd be better than Aaron Rodgers? I don't think he'd be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Not a fan.
I'd still keep Aaron Rodgers.
And you're talking about a small sample size of goodness. He was so bad with the Tennessee Titans, they benched him for Will Levis.
Smelling snuts. Rodgers.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's not for Will Howard.
That's not against league rules. Because smelling salt is used in concussion protocol. So there is nothing against using smelling salt. I tried looking it up. It is not a banned substance.
Yeah, it's not.
So if that's what it takes to wake you up, let's say you're struggling and you're between drives. And you
hear players talk about that, and you hear players talk about that. It's like if they don't feel like they're up to something, they'll open a thing of smelling salts and bam. Hello.
Rodgers is going to bring the belt. We sure hope so.
Yeah.
I wish I had a programmable soundboard with Ken Sounder right now, because I'd play it. Jackers suck.
Oh, Will Howard.
Gotcha. Wow, we made it through another hour.
Almost.
But yeah, I say a franchise-changing head coach is way harder to find than a franchise QB, because you could accidentally luck into a franchise QB in the 6th or 7th round, aka Brock Purdy and Tom Brady.
The
Problem is
thing about
Purdy isn't
Go
looking
ahead.
so Purdy without all of his weapons.
Yeah, I think the thing about people in general in building a franchise, and this includes, owners and stuff like that, they want to make a big splash immediately. And, oh, we're going to be I want to be Super Bowl champs this year. No, you got to build from the line out. You get a decent quarterback to sit behind a pretty good offensive line. Your quarterback's going to be good because he's not going to get, he's not going to get sacked as much. He doesn't have to worry about scrambling for his life. He can make good plays. Any quarterback can have that, you know what I'm saying? But then you start working on your quarterback after you work on your lines, your trenches, and then get you'll have receivers and all that stuff. People just build their teams the wrong way. That's half the problem.
Yeah, start with your trenches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're getting a vet quarterback, we still started with the trenches when we got Goff, and people don't realize it. We already had a left tackle. We already had a center. We already had one guard that had played well the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Then we made that trade of Stafford for Goff, got picks, and got Penei Sewell. And I think that was the franchise-changing pick for the Lions that year. And then Amon-Ra was a gift in the 4th round. Wow. 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 Wow.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Hey, but guess what? When you talk about a Lombardi trophy, Pittsburgh has more.
Yeah.
And they won their last one after you.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
They lost their one again. Well, they did lose. They did lose to Green Bay in one of their Super Bowls. So this year, this century.
That was with Cowher, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No. They lost.
It was with Tomlin because Cowher stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the Tomlin. Tomlin won one and lost one in this century so far. So, yeah, he won the one in Seattle.
Cowher lost 2 and won 1, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they lost. They lost to Dallas.
And then he lost one before that, and then they won the one versus Seattle with Ben in his rookie year, right? Or second year?
I think that was Cowher, yeah. And then Pittsburgh beat Arizona, so 1-1. All right, boys. Pittsburgh. Hey, this is great too because you got Steve, Green Bay fan. You got the Mad Yinzer, Pittsburgh fan. They're playing this weekend.
Oh, it was. I was hoping Kitty Catalone was going to be on for Wednesday night, but when your girl comes back, that's practically a wife. Yeah, you don't go on a podcast. Not after she's been gone a month. She might kill you.
Well, and it's just, and let's say this too. It is Ken's birthday.
So yes, it is. Happy birthday, Kitty Ken.
Kitty Ken. Where's this picture at? We gotta get a happy birthday to the Kitty Ken picture.
Working on that. Working on it. Happy birthday to Kitty Ken.
Kitty Ken. Aw. Aw.
I think it's the Panthers that they're middling and their defense is playing better. I think you might see a big upset by the Panthers this week. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Panthers yet. Winning on the road against the Jets is not an accomplishment.
But they are 2-1 at home. They're 2-1 at home, and one of them was a huge one when they spanked the dog shit out of the Falcons.
They're 3-0 at home. 1-3 on the road and 3-0 at home.
So they're 4-3 right now.
Yeah, they're 4-3. Yep, and they're 1-3 on the road and 3-0 at home.
Yeah, that ain't happening. If the Titans beat the Colts, I'll eat a shirt. Now, granted, it might
Salt and
be
pepper
made
with
out
that?
of paper. It might be made out of paper and this big, but it'll look like a T-shirt. I promise.
There you go. Put some money on that, Robbie, if you're so confident in that.
It will be like Fred. Put $10 on the Raiders to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It'll
Put
get you
like
$30,000 if they did it.
$20 on that one. You should be winning a whole shitload of money. Because hey, what are they up?
Might,
What is the Indianapolis? A 14.5-point favorite too? Oh hell yeah, dude.
money where your mouth is.
That's right. Yeah, if you're gonna make upset picks like that, you gotta put some money on that because it's against your religion a bit. Okay. I'm just saying. No, it's a football stadium. Heinz Field is a football. Well, it's a what is it called? Assurance Stadium now.
Acusure.
Acusure. There you go. Acusure Stadium. But it was Heinz Field. I love it when it was Heinz Field. That big ass ketchup bottle. That was sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's against my religion. Bet. Slacker.
There you go.
Acrisure Stadium, yeah.
I like Heinz Field better. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm with you,
like
Robbie.
it.
I don't like it either. Yeah, the Lions should be fine coming off the bye week. They're getting a lot of people back, and
yeah, when they used to
it's
cheer
going
at Three Rivers Stadium, that was the shit back in the day. Right there at the point of what was it, the Ohio and Pennsylvania rivers, right? Why the name change? New sponsor.
New sponsor, yeah. Insurance. This is like a Superdome was sponsored by. Well, actually, there's two stadiums sponsored by the same sponsor. You got the Mercedes Benz Dome in Atlanta and the Mercedes Benz Dome. I think it's still the Mercedes Benz Dome in New Orleans. The Superdome is still named Mercedes Benz.
He goes, nailed it, Jeremy.
Yep, there you go.
And the reason why is because of the politician that got in trouble that was associated with the Heinz Ketchup Company. Who was that? Who was that politician that got in trouble? He basically disappeared. He was a presidential hopeful that year.
For the Heinz company?
Yep. He was always there. He was a part shareholder. Yes, it is. Acrisure is an insurance company based out of Detroit.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Other than that, the only other big news that we had come out this week is Julie Koch. Her husband was David Koch of the Koch brothers out of Iowa, the oil baron. He died back in 2019. She became a part shareholder of the New York Giants this week. She's a 10% shareholder. It is not a controlling interest. She has no football decisions, but she is a part of that BSE group that also owns a 5% share of the Brooklyn Nets and the New York State Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
But that's huge because guess what she did? She made it so if the one brother buys her out, she can print money the rest of her life. Because if the New York State, if the New York Liberty sell as a WNBA team to a franchise or gets another name, she gets her 5% right there off the top of whatever they sell it for.
Yep.
Yeah, that is probably why. You know, you can't use words like that right now with everything that's going on. And that's the other big news out of the Detroit area. Former Detroit Piston great, Mr. Big Shot himself, got involved with the wrong people FBI proved that he's part of a big scam with him and 33 other former athletes and officials.
Yeah, the things on that was Chauncey Billups. Actually, he got arrested for something different than Rozier did. He was part of
Right.
a ring with the mob doing poker games with sports stars and getting them to, and what happened was the mob was cheating, and they had all kinds of devices around there, and they stole like about $7 million, which is not a lot of money over 4 years if you think about it, but it's enough money to make a dent with the FBI. It was like, dude, you're kind of shady. So we still got to figure out why Chauncey Billups even went through that whole process. Don't know if FBI, if the mafia had something on him, or we don't know what's going on with that whole situation. Everybody's presumed innocent until guilty, though. Just remember.
Yeah, you could say that, but the FBI don't make arrests without enough stuff to convict you. That's one thing I do know. Very rarely does the FBI not convict somebody they arrest.
Although you gotta say this though, Malik Beasley was the one of the whistleblowers. I was thinking, why did they just pull the rug from Malik Beasley all of a sudden and put him back into the league? Oh, because he was telling on folks. That's what it was. He was one of the big whistleblowers in this case.
He was probably the
him and
snitches.
Another guy.
He was the snitch. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Williams just said the name happened because the contract had expired and no agreement didn't happen. So, yeah, for the name change.
Mm-hmm.
Moto hustling ain't easy. I know that's right. Well, don't understand why these players are doing that. They can make all this money, and when they spend their money like it ain't nothing, and they have to go into these situations. They got to, get more money. I don't understand that. It's stupid.
This is for Robbie and every Lions fan out there, because this is what I think this weekend.
There you go.
FDP! Fuck the Packers! Where we come live out of Flint, where the water's shit and tires are good.
Yeah, I think he meant Billups. Yeah, he's a basketball player. Yeah, played for us.
He was. And but the key thing that I heard, because they named like 4 guys. One of them is a former official. One of them is a former assistant GM in basketball. And then Terry Rozier was named, but it had to do with a separate issue. But they are all part of the same investigation. I'm getting that out there now. That means out of those 4, there's another 30 players, former athletes. They said former. No current players are in this warrant. They made sure they said former professional athletes. That means they're not all basketball players, people. Mm-hmm. That means this stems across all professional sports. And they named 3 of the biggest crime mafia families from the Eastern Seaboard as well. So this is huge. And you're going to hear more, and more names are going to come out over the next few weeks before this trial starts. But this has been Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions show. Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B and BA. BA hosts and produces for lots of people, but he's a podcaster and jumps around quicker than I do. But his channel is One Ass Cheek and 3 Toes. Please go subscribe there. Even if you're subscribed to me, I don't care. The reason we do this is to help each other grow.
Yep. There's enough money to go around for these, so just remember that.
And the Bear fan has already made a penny off of Rumble, and he just started his channel. Go follow that if you have Rumble app.
Oh, the mafia, shoot, dude, Fred.
On the where do you think all these drugs are coming from? It's all mafia ran now.
First of all, if it's not drugs, it is gambling. Gambling is real. It's always been through the, as soon as mafia moved to Las Vegas, dude, it was all about the gambling. So believe me, they have a lot of ties to them. So this is why I don't understand it. But
try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love, everybody. Peace, love, and chicken grease. We are out.
Turn it up, it's that time again. Jeremy B. Lyons, he's your best friend. Every weekday, Evan, you know the vibe. He's shouting one ride with that rockin' drive. Rolling up the scene, light up that fire. Jeremy's in the booth, taking us higher. With a grin and a laugh, he's got the crowd in a blaze. Smoking out the haters in a rock star haze. The stories that inspire and riffs that will ignite. When one pride echoes, everything feels right. Jeremy Beelan, every day at 11. Yelling one beat right like we're in rock heaven.
This is